Can you dig it? Hey y'all, what's up? It's your boy Evan. Welcome to the Cartoon Block. Today I'm going to show y'all how to draw Prince Vegeta. Get back here in a few seconds and we'll get started. Okay guys, today I'll be using my Prismacolor Cool Erase blue pencil. Now let's start drawing Prince Vegeta. Beginning like I always do with a sphere. We're going to go ahead and give it the center line for his face and the horizontal line going across for his eye line. And then midway down we're going to put in another line for his nose. And then just a little bit below that circle we're going to go ahead and put his chin. And I'll go ahead and start putting the contours for his cheek, square off the corners for his jawline, and working on his eyes. His eyes are very simple. They're just kind of like deformed triangles. This is what makes, a lot of the Dragon Ball characters simple to draw. They don't have these complex, almond-shaped eyes or realistic looking eyes. They're very cartoony. The creator, Akira Toriyama, he knew what he was doing. He was really having a lot of fun when he designed the characters. So I'm going to put in some eyebrows on top. Once again, nothing difficult or hard about it. And his brow ridge and the wrinkles. A little bit of slight rendering I'll add up there. The pupils, just drop in just below the upper eyelid. The nose, throw a cast shadow down really quick. His mouth, give him kind of a frowning expression probably, and kind of straighten it out a little bit here. And I love putting a cast shadow, below the lower lip. I'm gonna decrease the size of his chin some. I think I made it a little bit too big here. And curve off his jawline so it looks a little bit more natural. And I'll shade in the other eyebrow right here. And kind of flesh out his brow ridge. Now here's the guideline for his ears. The ears are above the eyes just a little bit, and putting some cheek rendering there. Hopping back on these ears. These have got to be the hugest ears I've ever seen. So I don't know why Toriyama made the ears so big, but the character is very distinct looking. You cannot confuse Vegeta with any other character on the show. And I'm going to put in this other ear down here. You got these big old Dumbo looking ears. The anatomy of the Saiyan's ears is different than the anatomy of a human ear. So you can have fun with it. Fleshing a little bit more. I'm trying to draw, and this pesky mosquito is in my way. You will have to die. Now we'll make the eye expression a little bit straighter and redo the pupil to my liking. Now the distance from his ear line to his lip is equal to the distance from his ear line to the top of his forehead. And the V hairline in the middle of his forehead also rests on that ear line as well. Now I feel like switching over to my Sumo Grip mechanical pencil, and I'm going to go ahead and darken in some lines. I had to just, grab a different, utensil or drawing tool to just flesh out more of my defined and permanent lines. Now it's time to put in his collarbone, a few neck muscles, or a few lines to represent his neck muscles, and the upper body. Now before we tackle Vegeta's hair, I just want you guys to understand the anatomy of his hair. He has a major, strand that's in the middle. And he has two on the side, and it's like flames whipping out. So if you can understand that, then his hair won't be a problem for you. So to begin with his hair, we're going to go ahead and add some strands that stick out beyond the width of his ears and just above his forehead. Put in a couple of, high strands and whatnot. And over here, going to add some strands behind his ear. Now the height of his hair is equal to 2.5 sizes of that original circle skull that we drew in the very beginning of the drawing. And from there on, I'm going to go ahead and add the major 2 strands that we had earlier on the side. And from there on out, it's just getting some reference to put in the exact number of strands on his hair. And now it's time to get my good friend the Post-it note, because I ran out of room. As you all recall, I made the same mistake in my Kakashi drawing tutorial. My trusty friend the Post-it note. So now we can go ahead and continue and darken in some of these strands and flesh them out fully. I'm going to cut off some of this extra Post-it note. Don't need all that paper hanging around up there. Yep, that's much better and nicer. I'm going to put a few, hair sticking out in between the major strands. And moving down to his torso area, we're going to put in spheres and simple shapes for his shoulders, biceps, and forearm muscles. Connect them. I really haven't touched too much on anatomy of the human body. If that's something you guys are interested in, then I can go ahead and do a tutorial on that. Here I'm going to go ahead and grid out the muscles on his arm, his forearm, just so you can see the shapes that the muscles are in. Put his neckline in there, his collar line rather, and his breastplate. Vegeta has a pretty cool looking costumes. I can't say that I agree with the white gloves and boots, but other than that, I like his breastplate and his uniform, or battle armor rather. Here we're going to put in some rendering in his muscles down here, the triceps and his biceps, his neck. Next we're going to add some shading on his face. This always makes your figure more three-dimensional and pop off the page and prevents it from being so flat. Is it just me, or does Vegeta look just like Don King, the boxing promoter? Now I'm going to continue shading in the dark shadows and highlights, dressing the armor, small details. I'm going to play with his eye a little bit more. And there you have it. That's Prince Vegeta. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And here are the winners of the Young Justice Batman and Robin and the Batman Year One DVD. The Kid Reticence and Artist Leader. I'm giving away 6 Sumo Grip mechanical pencils. If you want one, all you have to do is attach a video response below saying this: "It's over 9,000! Hey guys, it's time for another drawing contest. And this time, all you have to do is draw Vegeta fused with one of these characters below. Make it interesting. I know you guys are up for the challenge. Third place wins these cool pencil and inking art supplies. Second place wins these nice art supplies plus a $10 iTunes gift card. And first place gets all this cool stuff plus manga art boards and a $15 iTunes gift card. Everything you need to make your own manga. And first place also gets this Banpresto Dragon Ball Kai Legend of Saiyan 7.5-inch Prince Vegeta figure.